Interesting to see, how they match up with the reach and size and distance control.
Oh, it should be real interesting, and yes, that first fight at 135 is interesting. As you take a look at the tail of the tape here, two 23-year-olds, just a couple-inch height advantage for Serhiy Sidey, and a 2-inch reach advantage, weight pretty much identical as this one. Ontario versus Quebec, two studs in Canada, as Mr. Throwdown, Pete Trevino, gets us set for it.
Here we go, Kitchener fight fans. The following contest is being brought to you by Directional Force, Endorphins Health and Wellness Center, and AG's Natural Medicine. Scheduled for 3 rounds in the bantamweight division. Here are your fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed in white. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in at 135.4 pounds. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist representing New Era Combat Sports. He comes to the BTC cage with a record of 3 wins and only 1 loss, with all 3 wins coming by way of submission. Fighting out of and representing Ottawa, Ontario, ladies and gentlemen, here is Mateo Vogel. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, also wearing black trunks trimmed in white. Standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, he weighed in at 135.6 pounds. He's a freestyle mixed martial artist representing Parabellum MMA. He comes to the BTC cage undefeated with a record of 4 wins and no losses, with 3 big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing Burlington, Ontario, ladies and gentlemen, here is Serhiy Sidey. Referee Matthew Rocca with final fight instruction. Ladies and gentlemen, this bantamweight contest will be decided in 3 rounds or less.
Referee Matthew Rocca, the 3rd and final man inside the cage, as this one has fight fans all across Canada talking about, and everyone here at the commentary was really excited for.
Oh, I'm so excited for this one.
Fighters touch gloves, and Mateo Vogel in the shorter black trunks, Serhiy Sidey in the longer black trunks.
Serhiy, the first punch he throws, nice stiff jab, lands nice. Mateo looking to land that body kick.
Good jab from Sidey. Mateo said he wanted to put the pressure on, be right up in Serhiy's face. So far, so good.
This is an interesting fight because his first fight, Serhiy's first fight down at 35. But I've talked to Vogel in the past, and he said most likely probably eventually go up to 45. So you would think going down a weight class you're going to get a smaller guy, but it's not really the case in this case with Mateo.
No, not at all. Mateo, as we saw, 5'7", so only a 3-inch height advantage for Serhiy Sidey. But Mateo, this is what we thought Mateo's game plan would be. It's a brown belt in Jiu-Jitsu, and he wants to take the fight to the ground and work for those submissions where he's got a 100% finish ratio.
So Mateo's doing a good job here, that inside hip position. He lost it now, but he's going to look to battle his hips on the inside and look to drag Serhiy down on the mat, or maybe even cut back. Serhiy's doing a good job. Oh, nice trip. Gets his back. Serhiy gets his back taken.
Good scramble from Sidey. He knew exactly that. Mateo was looking for the rear naked choke, and he's got a face crank.
It's not under the chin, but Serhiy does a good job breaking the grip. One thing I know about training with Serhiy is he's such a squirrely, scrambly guy, and he's hard to lock down in position, but Mateo's got that body triangle on, which really, really sucks and limits your breathing and your ability to move.
Well, Serhiy, though, in those tight clinches up on the other side of the cage, cut up Mateo Vogel a little bit. Someone was bleeding.
I think it's his nose.
Yeah, someone's nose is bleeding. But now Mateo trying to flatten out and stretch out Serhiy.
This is also early in the fight, so both guys are pretty dry still, which helps with the submissions to lock in.
Well, Serhiy definitely feeling the fire right now and how good on the ground Mateo Vogel is.
Yeah, Mateo's doing a very good job of following Serhiy as he turns out. He's not giving him that space. Serhiy's doing a good job of trying to escape here, but Mateo's staying very, very well on top. He's got that body triangle still locked in. Oh.
He's looking to get in that rear naked choke, but great job by Serhiy fighting hands and doing everything he can so Mateo's hands can't even get near his neck.
You know, I've gotten obviously I train with Serhiy all the time, but I've gotten the chance to train with Mateo as well. And, you know, his striking is great, his wrestling is great. Oh, great scramble there again. That was, you know, a beautiful scramble by Serhiy. He ends up on top. Here it is.
Oh, great scramble from Sidey, and we're back on our feet where Sidey wants the fight to be at.
And that's where I was saying that the scrambles and the scrappiness from Serhiy on the bottom, he's hard to lock down in that one position. And Mateo is doing great things, but Serhiy works his way back to the feet. Now here's Mateo again, up on the cage, looking for that single leg.
Well, he said he was training with those Pan-American level wrestlers, and he gets the takedown again. He really wants this rear naked choke.
Yeah, he's got both hooks again here on Serhiy, not giving him a chance to breathe. Nice elbows here.
And delivered some nice elbows to the side of the face, and once again, trying to flatten out that body triangle has been just so deadly.
He's gonna end up here either in full mount or get the back again, depending how Serhiy moves. He keeps the back.
It looks like he could go for a face crank here. Doesn't have the choke totally under the neck.
No. And this is a position where, you know, Serhiy is a tough kid. I've cranked on his face, and he just keeps fighting through it. So it's gonna be hard to submit him here unless it's sunk in deep. And Serhiy does a good job of fighting the hands.
Well, he keeps being squirrely and keeps himself alive in this fight. Great hand fighting skills by Serhiy Sidey.
Yep. He's doing a good job with the 2-on-1, trying to grab two hands on one of Mateo's and pull him to the opposite side. You'll see him try to do it again. Here it is here. He grabs the 2-on-1. And Mateo's doing a great job of keeping Serhiy with that body triangle, man. That's such a great position. If you can utilize that well, it limits your opponent's mobility to scramble inside there.
Well, Serhiy getting his head turned the other way. Serhiy is in a world of trouble, but fighting his way to fight on through and stay alive, and almost escapes out the back door again.
What a round, though, by Mateo Vogel, man. He just put the pressure on Serhiy Sidey. Hasn't given him a chance to breathe. Nice scramble there from Serhiy, jump off the cage. He's got an arm triangle from the bottom. This is hard to finish, but he uses it to sweep. Beautiful. He's still got 10 seconds here. He's got a deep arm triangle.
Can Serhiy Sidey
hold survive?
On? Will Serhiy survive? Trying to use the fence to his advantage. 3 seconds left in the first round. Hammer fist, and the horn goes. And what a round for Mateo Vogel. And Serhiy Sidey showing something we've never seen from him, really, his ground game and having to deal with pressure.
Yeah, you know, what a great round by Mateo Vogel. You couldn't ask for a better round. He came out, you know, super aggressive, worked for those takedowns, got the back a few times, almost finished with the rear naked choke, you know, but Serhiy was able to sort of fight him off. And now we go to round 2.
See, there you see that was a dangerous position, but once again, great hand fighting. And Mateo Vogel definitely having pretty much a half-year layoff from not fighting since the end of May 2019. You can just see it. He came out like a rabid animal just to attack Serhiy, looking for that submission. Yeah. Couldn't get it, but when a guy is going to put that pressure on you, you know, that may change your psyche a little bit going into the second round.
Yeah, and you could see why he was 3-1 with all his wins by submission, because he attacks.
He's a methodical fighter, too. He went for the same submission. He's got something in his head. He wants that rear naked choke, and he's going to do everything in his power to try and get it. As the seconds come out here, and the second round is about to get underway.
Mateo Vogel is a brown belt in Jiu-Jitsu, so a very high level. Comes out with a flying knee.
He came out for the flying knee. Serhiy saw it coming. He stuffs the takedown attempt, and this one he stuffed, but has to scramble his way on out and gets it back up to his feet.
Serhiy does a nice job of scrambling. He ends up on top here. Beautiful transition. Vogel rolls, going for that leg.
Serhiy was able to get on top, but tried to bail out, but as Mateo's nickname is the Carapato, which is Portuguese for the tick. He just sticks on you.
I learned that today. I looked it up. I didn't know what it meant, but I can see that now. You just get a tick embedded in you, and you can't get him off, and that's what Mateo Vogel's doing.
Serhiy threw some good elbows, hammer fists, trying to wall walk up the fence to get back to his feet.
Now Mateo's looking to maybe triangle the legs here if he can of Serhiy. So the thing is, if your feet are off the mat, you can't stand up, right? Yeah. So that's what he wants to do, either triangle his legs or maybe tabletop his legs. But I think he's going to look to try to get that back again. That's what he had the first round a couple times.
Yeah, it seems to be the game plan. He wants to take the back of Serhiy.
He might go full mount here.
But we'll see what Mateo Vogel can do. Obviously, 100% finisher with submissions, and now almost has full mount with Serhiy pinned up against the fence.
Yeah, not a good spot for Serhiy. Mateo is, staying positionally sound, staying tight to him, slowly working to that full mount position. Just kind of zapping that energy, draining Serhiy Sidey, making him work.
Mateo Vogel came a long way for this fight from Ottawa, about 5 hours away. That New Era Sports Combat, one of the top gyms in all of Canada.
Yeah, working with Jeff Harrison out there. Jeff Harrison, obviously an amazing Muay Thai coach, but Mateo Vogel showing off his grappling and his wrestling here today. Nice explosive by Serhiy, but Mateo again, like the tick, stays on, and he will not give him that space.
Everything Serhiy thinks he's got to break or find his way to explode out. Mateo just sticks on you, living up to that tick nickname.
Mateo does a great job of transitioning from full mount to back. A lot of times guys lose that in that little gray zone area when the scramble, and Serhiy's done a good job of trying to move, but Mateo's just that one step ahead, staying on him.
Mateo right now has full mount. Thought he was going to look to work the arm or maybe even go for an arm triangle.
Halfway done this second round here, and again, all Mateo Vogel just grappling.
And Serhiy really worked on his jiu-jitsu, his grappling, but it's one thing working with guys in your camp, but then when you're with a brown belt that's at another level, I think Serhiy right now is getting a rude awakening just how good a high-level jiu-jitsu guy is.
Yeah, and it just, Mateo Vogel, he's doing everything perfect. Now he's got that arm triangle again.
Yeah.
He's sitting heavy here. We'll see how deep this is. Serhiy is a tough guy to submit.
Serhiy's trying to play defense right now. Mateo hasn't really fully passed as Serhiy's trying to arch up.
So Mateo needs to angle off a little bit here and move towards his right. Serhiy has just enough space. The more he circles off counterclockwise, the tighter this submission will get. It's hard to tell how deep it is on his underneath the chin from here, but Mateo lets it go.
And Mateo works back to his feet. Serhiy is back on his feet. Unbelievable. Flying knee from Sidey. And Vogel seems a little stunned after that knee.
Oh, overhand right by Mateo. Yeah, great move by Serhiy. Oh, front kick lands.
Front kick to the face, and Vogel is hurt. Throwing punches from their knees.
Both guys throwing punches from their knees.
Now Vogel just sprawling for takedowns. Sidey, front kick again, but this one misses. Takedown just goes right back to it. Does Vogel, trying to get this fight to the ground.
Wow, super smart by Sidey. That's something you see, with guys that have a lot of fights and vets. You know what he's going to do. He's going to keep pressuring. He's going to look for that shot. Boom, he sees it coming, jumps knee, lands, but Mateo eats it, keeps coming forward.
Mateo showing he's a tough guy as well. Hasn't really had to show that off in his other bouts, his four other pro fights.
Yeah, and his one loss is a DQ loss to Xavier Aloui, who is another top Canadian bantamweight in his own right.
Serhiy with another big knee.
Another nice knee. And that's the downside of trying to wrestle so much. Your head is lower, so you're susceptible for those knees up the middle and to the side, and also the elbows from the side, which Serhiy's landing right now. But Mateo works it, gets a takedown. Now he's going to look to try and maybe triangle those legs.
So we're under 10 seconds left here in the second. Serhiy looks a little tired, having to fight off the tick in Carapato, Mateo Vogel, but what a round, and both guys showing their worth here as two of the top prospects in Ontario.
Wow, what another great round for Mateo. Getting that pressure on him and just getting that takedown and keeping him on him like you said, like a tick, man. He's not giving him that space. Serhiy had a couple good moments right there, that big flying knee, and he landed a nice, kind of Anderson Silva style up the middle front kick. But right there it is. But other than that, it's been all Mateo, just out grappling. We'll see now. Mateo used a lot of energy trying to get these takedowns. Obviously, Serhiy used a lot trying to defend them too. But we'll see where conditioning plays in this third round with both guys.
Well, you were talking before the fight, Josh, and off air about this fight. You thought Mateo may get a little desperate here. He's been working for those submissions, but hasn't got it. You expect him to get desperate here.
We'll see. I mean, so far, he
Make
hasn't
some
really
noise,
shown that.
Kitchener
So
fight
he's
fans.
keeping
This
the
is the
pressure
third
on him.
and
That's the main
final
thing.
round.
If you keep
This
that pressure
matchup.
on him, they're always going backwards. It's going to be, easier to get that shot. But if Serhiy does commit super heavy and stays heavy on his feet, that shot can come as well. But Serhiy has good movement. He's hard to pick up, get that takedown like that.
Well, he's definitely proved, as you said, in camp, training with them over at Parabellum. He's tough to submit, and he's living up to that right now against the ever-dangerous Carapato, Mateo Vogel. Mateo's
looking, going for the heel strike. Well, Mateo's looking to kind of fake that shot, come over top with that overhand right. Thought he was going to land it there, but...
Good kick to the body from Mateo.
Good sprawl by Serhiy.
Now Serhiy sprawling out, got clipped on that last exchange from Mateo, just from his knees.
So the biggest thing for Serhiy is with a guy like this, like pressure, looking to get that takedown. It's lateral movement, angles and moving side to side, and keeping your back off the cage. And we're gonna look to Serhiy will probably look to do that. There's the uppercut trying to land. Mateo shoots in again, gets a nice double leg takedown, and puts him back in the cage.
Serhiy stuffed the first couple here in the third, but just great wrestling, and you can just see how much the wrestling's improved for Mateo.
Yeah. But, we knew he had good jits, we knew his striking was good, but he's really showcasing his wrestling in this fight.
Imposing his will on Serhiy Sidey, trying to get that rear naked choke, as he has been this whole fight.
So he's got that body triangle again. Serhiy's looking to fight his hands off that neck. Serhiy's going to look to turn into Mateo, like he's doing now. And Mateo might look to come on top full mount or keep the back, and he does.
Every time Serhiy thinks he's about to escape, explode out, Mateo, he just sticks on you like white on rice.
It's such good positional awareness. You know what I mean? A lot of times guys go for that submission and they kind of give up position. We always say position before submission, and Mateo is doing exactly that. He's just keeping that position perfect.
He's working really hard for that submission, Josh, and still doesn't look like he's got the choke in, still a face crank. And, you've been in the cage many times. When you're working for that one submission, just wear on you mentally that you can't get it.
Yeah, and also when you're going for chokes, too, it can wear on your arms, man. I've had it where thought I had guys choked out, my arms just burnt out. By the end, I get up on my feet, and I feel like I'm holding bricks. So, that could also play a factor, but it is the last round. We're halfway through now. Serhiy's going to look to maybe stand up here with Mateo on his back, but he's got that body triangle still locked in. Mateo's looking to lace that right leg of Serhiy like he does there, and now he gets him back down.
That's just beautiful jiu-jitsu, great positioning. The leg body lock that Mateo Vogel's had has just been a key to the factor in this fight, and is able to get the fight back to the ground. Still working for it. This rear naked choke, and just a rejuvenated Mateo Vogel here. First fight in Ontario, but when you train with Crew Jeff Harrison and all those guys over at the New Era Combat team up in Ottawa, you're training with a lot of killers, and the layoff definitely is not experienced at all.
No, absolutely not. He's shown that he's gotten better in the time off, and nice scramble by Serhiy. Mateo's back on him, not giving him any space to breathe.
Not an inch for Serhiy to breathe. Barely got up to his feet before Mateo Vogel jumped on him, was looking for the takedown.
Now he's hooking that left leg of Serhiy. He's going to look to ankle pick maybe. But it's hard against the cage here.
Just trying to, at least right now, looks like just still grind out Sidey's Vogel and find a smooth way to get the man there.
Gets it.
And there goes
nice.
Sidey on the floor.
And Serhiy's back down. Serhiy's going to look. He's going to give up his back here. And Mateo's going to take it again. He's a little high though in the back here. Serhiy might pop out the back door, but he's got to watch for his arms.
Yeah, good wrist control from Mateo Vogel as Serhiy Sidey tries to escape out the back door.
So Mateo he's off the back now. He's already fallen off, but he's looking to trap his arm. And Serhiy's got to be careful. If Serhiy just pulls out, he could extend his arm, actually put the arm bar on even worse. So we got 1 minute left here.
Just really wants that submission. He wants to keep his 100% submission finish ratio.
So he's got the leg over the head now. Serhiy's got to be careful. He pulls out and he gets out. Now he's on top.
Good posture up, and with 40 seconds left to go, Serhiy's got the fight where he wants it on the feet, but just shooting in like a bullet is Mateo Vogel.
Again, no space. 30 seconds left. Serhiy had an opportunity there, but obviously got to be super tired trying to defend these guys' takedowns the whole time. He's on ya. Very much like Khabib Nurmagomedov style.
Gets that separation. Good elbows from Sidey. 15 seconds left in the fight.
We got 10 seconds here. Serhiy's gonna look to just explode his last little bit.
Flurry of elbows.
Mateo's trying to finish it with a nice takedown.
More elbows, and the horn goes.
Wow.
And these two prospects showed their worth in more ways than one. Mateo Vogel reminds everyone how dangerous he is on the ground with improved wrestling.
Wow.
And Serhiy Sidey showed he's got some dangerous striking still, but he's got heart.
What? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I never doubted that for a second. I know this kid's full of heart, but what a showcase! What an improvement by Mateo Vogel, showing why he's one of the top guys, in the country at 135. Amazing wrestling display, amazing grappling display, and an amazing performance.
Once again, shout out to our matchmaker, Rob Vevers, for putting this fight together, because a lot of promotions wouldn't want to put these two prospects together because, they'll fight in the UFC or the bigger shows.
Yeah.
Well, why not let them fight now and get to showcase their skills, and maybe they'll meet each other down the line again, as you see some of the highlights here in the third, Josh.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to suck that one guy loses from this, but, one guy's going to propel up the ranks big time, and one guy's going to learn a lot from this and gain a lot of good experience. And, Serhiy, he's going to learn from this. He's going to get better from it. And Mateo, this is a huge win for him. I'm assuming we haven't had the judges' scorecards yet, but it was Mateo all day.
It was Mateo showcasing his great bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's a brown belt in it, and showing that working with Pan American level style wrestlers really improved and was able to get to the takedowns to work for those chokes and the submissions. And Serhiy, he normally comes out, he's the aggressor, but was able to show some great heart as we throw it up to Mr. Throwdown, Pete Trevino, for the official scorecard.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause, please, for both of the fighters in this cage. After 3 rounds of professional mixed martial arts, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge Buckley, Judge Woods, and Judge Doyle, all 3 score this contest 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Mateo Vogel.